Hi, friends. I hope y'all are staying healthy and grounded. We are back today with your daily dose of how to connect with your teen during COVID-19. Of course, as we know, connecting with your teen is super important for their health, for their futures, and we want to talk about really intentionally using this time to develop your relationship with them. So, back with me is the head of instructor development. I forgot your job title for a second at Trails Carolina, and also my husband, Thor Jones, and he is here to continue on the conversation about how to build rapport. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, so yesterday I talked about kind of ways to build rapport, and I talked about the metaphor of rapport being like a bank where you have to make deposits and in order to make withdrawals. And so there's two kind of ways. I gave some specifics on how to build rapport yesterday, so if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. But there's kind of two ways that you can withdraw from the bank. And the first being, just burning it. You take some cash out and go burn it on nothing in particular. Sometimes spending unintentionally. And the same thing goes with rapport. And then the other side of that is using it intentionally and really, getting value, getting meaning out of the connection you have with your teen, and not in a selfish way, but often that ends up building rapport further when you use it intentionally. So ways you can burn rapport kind of in a meaningless way. They start pretty basic, like, breaking your word, like telling them something is going to happen and then you have to cancel it, or, something like that. And then inconsistent boundary holding. I know I talked about having consistent boundaries yesterday as a way to build rapport. Having, enforcing something today and saying, nope, you can't do that. And then tomorrow, like, all right, today, just today. And then the next day, like, nope, you can't do that. And then, like, okay, maybe one more time. They're not going to know what to expect, and that is a really easy way to burn rapport. It's being inconsistent on your boundaries. Another way, this next way, is just like consistent criticism. Like, get your socks off the coffee table. There's pee on the toilet seat. Eat your veggies. Like, they seem really small, but if it's happening a lot, that just slowly chips away at things. You're much better off making like kind of a to-do list, so they know what they have, they know what to expect from that, and they know when they're done. And that can help you use your rapport. That would be a good way to use it. And the last thing on how to burn it is just having contrived consequences. So say you catch your son peeing on grandma's prized lilac bush. So a contrived consequence would be no car for a week. It's totally unrelated, right? But a logical consequence would be more like, all right, it is now your responsibility to water that lilac bush for the next week. It's directly related to what happened. And now some ways you can more intentionally use that rapport you've built up. Make sure it's the big stuff, right? Making that to-do list so they know what to expect, what can be done when they're done, and then, acknowledge a good job when it's done. Things like, if you can't help it and you have to cancel, have that conversation with them. Like, this is something you've been looking forward to. I know that. I'm sorry we can't do this because, and give reasons. That's good ways to not just burn it, but to like build that trust more. Other big things like, babysitting their younger siblings all day would be another way you could, use that rapport and show them that you are trusting them. And those are good ways to use it. So use it, don't burn it. Make sure you're intentional about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So tomorrow we will have another tip. Let us know what you'd like to hear. Also, feel free to comment. Are there ways that you have intentionally withdrawn or reinvested rapport? Are there ways that you've burnt it? How are you building it? Hope y'all are staying well, and we'll see you soon.